Welcome to the New Leaf Wellness Podcast. My name's KP.
And I'm Air. Sawadee ka.
Sawadee ka. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm great, but it's been a while, huh?
Been a while. It's the first podcast of 2022.
It is. And what's been happening for you?
We've been busy actually at the resort now that, Samui's opened up again, Thailand opened up again. So we've been ready to take on a back up, I guess.
So we finally got around to developing an app. And we call it the New Leaf Wellness. It's actually the New Leaf Body Shaper app.
Yes.
Yeah. And really, in a nutshell, it's a body weight calculator. So it calculates how much weight you can lose when you come to New Leaf over a period of 7 days, 14 days, 21 and 28 days.
Yeah. The difference is this app based on our experience from a real guest result that comes to New Leaf Wellness Resort.
And that's why it took so long to develop. I collated all this data from the last 10 years. Well, the resort's been going since 2006, and we had captured some information during that time. But the chunk of the majority of the data that goes into this app has come out of real guest data from the last decade.
Yes, that's right.
And proper data. So it took a long time to write the formula. I had to go back into my old computer programming days and work out the formula and wrote the formula.
Yeah.
And what we did was I condensed it right down to obviously male, female, 4 age groups, and 9 really important questions. And the questions were the most amount of impact a particular thing can happen to you during or affect your weight loss during your time at New Leaf.
Yes.
So let's look at the questions.
Yes.
And you can talk a little bit about each of the questions. So the first question we ask you in the app is, are you recovering from an illness? Which is quite funny now that, COVID-19's happened, because a lot of people are going to possibly answer yes to that.
Yes.
But that's the first question. It was based on a lot of data that we had from guests
Before,
coming.
yeah. But before would be like cancer, that kind of things,
Recovering cancer patients and other sorts of illnesses.
That's right.
Yeah. And the second question we asked was, are you on medication?
Yes.
As you know, medication can really affect your weight loss, your water retention. And,
yes.
can you talk about the types of medication most people come to New Leaf on when they come to do a detox?
A lot of time they've been on this so long to they don't remember what are they anymore, right? They just keep, filled up from the hospital and things like that, so you don't remember anymore. So the most common one would be diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, and antidepressant. That's the most common ones.
Right. And we had that guy, of course, who was a diabetic for 20 years. Well, he was diagnosed as being a diabetic for 20 years. Came to New Leaf, told us he was a diabetic. He got retested again to find out he wasn't.
Yes.
So he was shooting insulin for 20 years.
Yeah, and he'd been diagnosed with diabetes type 1 too.
Yeah, type 1.
Not type 2 when we brought it on by lifestyle, type 1. So you have to be insulin injection four times a day.
Crazy.
To one day, he go back to see the same doctor, but he's not available. Another doctor see him instead, and that was his lucky day that this doctor said, you didn't have it. You didn't have a diabetes. You're not diabetics.
That's crazy.
So he stopped the insulin thing, and he lost all the weight.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of people come and they get diagnosed with something, and they keep refilling the script up.
Exactly.
And sometimes they don't even, it's years and years. Oh, we've had guests come in and put their meds down on the table and go, okay, what's this one? And they go, well, I don't know, can't remember.
Even sometimes you don't even have certain issue anymore, but the doctor always said just take it anyway, just in case.
It's a psychological thing.
Exactly, and you never get down to the detail, the bottom line, why you need the medication to begin with. You didn't address at the core of the issue, because the medicines, it just, treat the symptom, right? Just control it, doesn't heal it, doesn't cure the illness.
Right, we're talking about the New Leaf Body Shaper app and the 9 questions we asked. And number 3 is, do you have any mobility problems? Mobility is an issue because at New Leaf it's not a starvation camp. We actually incorporate light exercise, body movement.
Exactly. You can do more or less, right? So we do the morning walk every day, aqua aerobics, and some sort of yoga or training in the afternoon. And of course, this morning walk is up to you. If you fit and normal and you can walk, so you can do from 5 to 12 kilometers.
Yeah.
But if you have mobility issue, so these guests may not be able to do this type of walk. So you can walk in a pool, go to the gym, on elliptical, or on the treadmill.
Yeah.
But again, you might not get the same result as other people who can do a big walk. Yeah.
We've had some people lay by the pool though and still lose weight.
Exactly. And with these people, I can see and notice now, it's happened with mobility issue. It happened. It's younger and younger now. Now it's in early 50s now. People have knee issue from being overweight for so long. These are legs and our knees one can carry so much.
Yeah.
Every day been carry us around, taxing the knees so much. And it's now, I guess, at early 50s, they have knee issue and they come because they have to get knee replacement or hip replacement. So the doctor said you need to lose the weight.
Each person's body has a limit to what the knees are meant to hold and
exactly,
so on and so
exactly.
forth, right?
But if you're happy with your body, and you should respect everyone, as long as it doesn't affect your health.
Right. Coffee column and colonics are a huge part of detox.
That's right.
And one of the things that a lot of people come with, and it's the question we ask, is do you have any bowel issues or colon issues?
Yes, because most people underestimate, the power of a gut health.
Right.
Gut health is everything. It's a whole well-being. Most of the illness and disease start in our gut, in our digestive system. And a lot of people is, off balance because the way we eat, a diet in today's world is not really, help with our, good digestive system.
Yeah, and you mentioned in another episode about the amount of waste
exactly
we can bring into the detox with a lot of waste.
We have like from 5 to 25 pounds of undigested fecal matters inside us. You can search, you can Google it.
Wow.
When we have someone dead, they do an autopsy on them, with our colon, our intestine, and they cut it open and weigh it up, the waste. And recently we have a guest who just left, a few weeks ago. He mainly have a lot of like meat diet and carb diet. He didn't want to do the colon at first, but then I sat him down and explained how good the colon cleansing is.
Right.
He booked for 28 days, and he was absolutely shocked. Every single day, he'd take the photos, what come out during his colon, and show to me and everyone the whole 28 days. Right. He couldn't believe where it come from. Right. He was so dedicated to program. He had to eat no solid, doesn't cheat, only focus on what he eat. Then we provide a result. Where the solids come from and how long it had been there. So that's why we asked this question about the bowel issue. Right. Because sometimes it's to be something wrong with you. The reason why the bowels hold all this waste and not flush it out.
And like you said, it's the type of food you eat too.
Exactly.
People have blockages.
Exactly.
And then they get bloated issues and
yes.
all sorts of stomach issues around that. Right?
Exactly. Especially when you eat a lot of meat like this and not enough fiber. So it coated along the wall of intestine. Think about a garden hose, right? If you put a little oil coating in, pass through some few dirt. Garden hose going to be so dirty and filthy, you know?
The other issue that comes up too, and it's question, I think it's number 5 we asked.
Number 5 now, yeah.
It's about having a gallbladder removed.
Yes.
And can you just explain about the liver flush?
Yeah, we call it liver flush at the resort. But it's actually a gallbladder flush because the gallbladder is this organ that connects to the liver with the bile duct.
Right.
Yeah. And what happened when a lot of guests got their gallbladder removed because they got a gallstone that's been accumulated over the year from built up cholesterol. They combine and attach to each other and get bigger. And this happened to go into the bile duct and clog the bile duct. It caused this so much pressure and severe pain. So when you go see a doctor cannot do anything about it, but give you an operation to remove this organ from you. So therefore, you cannot do the liver flush anymore. And 80% of people who have weight issue got fatty liver.
Is there any other way that they could have saved that?
Yeah,
there are ways of saving that if it gets to that
you
stage?
have to like detox. It's a like preventative measure, right? You just have to do it before it happens. Again, if you eat healthily, look after your body, stay in healthy lifestyle, our body is amazing. Our body will be able to maintain itself. However, we live in the world where nothing is fresh and pure anymore. And what we eat and what we consume and the air we breathe is not fresh and pure anymore. So therefore, it taps into our body. So this thing happened.
We're talking about the New Leaf Body Shape app. It's available now. It's a free app.
Yeah.
And it's available on Apple and Android stores. One of the other questions we asked, which was question number 6 out of the 9 questions, was do you do any exercise? More than 5 hours a week.
Yeah, for sure. The exercise is a big part of it. It's like we always tell everyone about the result that will not starve you, right? You have to eat the right food. So we serve this good carb soup so you can do the more exercise.
Right.
You see, if you just lay down by the pool, you cannot only lose the weight in certain point and the body got to stop. Because you sit in the sun here in Thailand and in the Samui Island, doesn't mean you're going to lose the weight because it's hot. Right? You actually have to move this body. Yeah. So it's important. People who exercise regularly, it means their metabolism is working properly or working well. So people who doesn't exercise for a long time, they don't start from 0 when they come to New Leaf, right? They might start from -5 or -10. So they have to build, that stamina, up to be able to do the program, basically.
Question number 7 we ask is, have you been overweight longer than 2 years?
Yes.
And it's quite significant about the weight loss. Like you lose the last weight you put on first.
That's right.
That's right, yeah.
Because I always call this, when I talk to the kids, I always say for me, I call them fresh fat.
Fresh fat.
Yeah, because it's still, the body's like, it's still new, right? It's easy, if you for example, it happened to a lot since we reopening, the Thailand reopening with our guests. A repeat guest come, and they tend to put on between 15 to 20 kilos in the past 2 years. We call it COVID kilos.
COVID kilos.
Yeah, so they lose this weight quite quickly. And the guests know, these repeat guests know, if they let it go on for too long, the body will get too comfortable and it'll be harder to let go. So that's why they come and try to get out of this body as fast as possible.
I never hear anyone talk about fat like that. When they talk about fat settling into your system over a period of time, that it's harder to lose.
For sure.
The subcutaneous type fat is the hardest to lose because of the less blood flow around that. Right?
Yes, that's right.
It's more than just the weight, it's the habits that they formed as well.
Yes.
During the time.
Yes.
Lockdown and
exactly.
Parts of
and not to affect the body, right? It affects their mind. When you gain weight, you're not going to feel good.
Right.
And the guests remember how we made them feel. So they after that feeling. And now the guests used to be at their routine to come to us every single year. And now they haven't come for a few years. So they miss that, they long for that feeling. The feeling of being happy for no reason, because you just feel light and energetic and happy.
Happy for no reason.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Question number 8 was about sleep, which is a really important thing. A lot of our guests too. A lot of people who are overweight have problems sleeping as well.
Yeah, sleep deprivation is a big thing.
It's about more than 6 hours.
Exactly.
A day, right?
Yeah, basically, good sleep. Some people might, they might have 8 to 10 hours, but they still wake up tired because they don't sleep in the right hours, the right time to be sleeping. If you go to bed at 2 in the morning, for example, or if it were 3 or 4, you can wake up at noon. You're definitely going to screw up your internal clock, so you're going to feel tired. So it's all about a proper deep sleep. You can have 4 hours, 5 hours, and you're over 60, you tend to need less and less, as long as deep sleep, Right. And it affects everything, because when you don't sleep enough, your body going to produce more cortisols and all of this. When it rises up and stress, it keeps taxing your body, right? And then you tend to put on weight, body, fluid retention and all of this.
It just holds everything you take.
Exactly,
in,
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, the final question we ask in the Body Shaper app is, do you drink more than 2 litres of water a day?
It's so important. Cannot begin to stress enough of how important the water is. 70% of our body, including the brain, make up with water. So we need a lot of water, and that not include tea, coffee, or sparkling water. Water is water. You cannot replace with anything. You might can add some limes or lemon to make taste better for some people who doesn't like to drink water. But it's so important. It helps the body to function better. Your metabolism work better. Everything function better, including your blood flow better when you have enough water in your body.
Okay. So once you answer these 9 questions, you have an opportunity to look at the results for 7 days, 14 days, 21 and 28 days. And then it'll give you a pretty good,
more or less that
a pretty accurate result. Some people do better than the body app, like the Body Shaper app results. They can come and do better. It depends on what you put in the program.
Yes.
But how it actually worked was we assumed that you have plus 20, so 20% more in a BPI, body mass index.
BMI,
BMI, 20% BMI.
So
more.
You have to have the weight to lose.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. If you don't have the weight to lose, you're not gonna lose the weight. For example, if I do the Body Shaper apps, right? If I say click 28 day, I have to have the weight to lose. I'm not going to lose 14 kilos if I don't have the 14 kilos to lose.
For sure.
But again, I will lose some weight for sure. I could lose 4 to 5 kilos.
We've been talking about the New Leaf Body Shaper app. It's a free app available on Apple and Android stores now. We're going to develop the app a little bit more over the next 6 to 12 months, add a little bit more detail, maybe a few more questions, just to dig a little deeper. But it's a free app. It's available for the phone and the tablet.
You guys should check it out. It's interesting.
Check it out. And if you'd like to subscribe to our channel, you can do so at New Leaf Wellness Podcast on pretty much everywhere, Facebook, Instagram. We're also on YouTube, New Leaf Wellness Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and pretty much everywhere.
Yes.
Thanks for the first one for 2022.
Many more to come.
Yeah, that's great. All right, thanks very much.
Thank you. ขอบคุณค่ะ